All right. So one thing I did want to get into later, or later on, or further on down the list, was talking about mineral rights, timber rights, and even gas rights. How does that work if you're on a property and you have to deal with that? Like, so you bought the property foolishly, and now you got somebody rolling trucks on your land talking about, hey, we have the mineral rights.
Well, that's part of the doing the research before you buy the property. I suggest if you did it like an idiot and you didn't do your homework and that happens, I suggest
Mhm.
getting rid of that property ASAP, as cheap as possible. Even if you have to take a loss, get rid of it because it's going to be more expensive for you to even keep the damn property. And usually it involves higher taxes and more often.
And why does it cost more for you? Is that because you have to, if somebody else has the mineral rights to that property, wouldn't they be paying those costs?
That's up to you
To,
guys to decide. But that's why I stay away from properties that have mineral rights pulled. So I
because it's a complication.
Yeah, and plus it's better if you pull your own property rights on your property,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I want full rights.
And it's easy to find out if it's even worth pulling the rights. It's there's very easy, simple, cheap process to find out if you do have precious minerals or precious stones. That's a really easy and cheap process.
Can you go into that a little bit more?
Okay, so there's kits on Amazon, for example. Let's say you have a property that you're just curious. You want to find out if there's any precious metals. So there's a
Mhm.
kit on Amazon that you can buy. It's like $40, and it involves a gallon or two of water that you take with you. You grab some soil samples, and you swish the kit with the soil on the kit with the water.
Mhm.
And there's many YouTube videos out there where it tells you exactly how to do it. It's a simple process, takes a few minutes, and that's how you find out if there's precious metals. And so if you have a sediment of gold, sediment of silver,
Mm.
or you have a sediment of copper, um, you'll know right away because it's very obvious. Gold, of course, is extremely obvious. Everybody can identify it really quick. Silver, not so much, but it's a simple chemical. It's just you put some drops in the kit and it'll change color. And then with copper, it's easy because it's green. It's
Oh,
green. It'll turn into rust when it touches water. So if you have those sediments and you have enough of it within a small sample, then you just found some minerals in your fucking property, and now you can just get the permit, which the permit is only $150, and now you own the mineral rights.
okay. Now, and I almost think this is a stupid question, but is there any way somebody can come on your property and try and pull mineral rights? Are they stopped because of the fact that they're not the owner and they have to get approval?
I don't think it'll ever get that far, and I don't think you would be stupid enough to tell people. And the only way they can find out is if they get on a registry and pay for the registry. And I mean, you would be foolish enough if you're going to develop the property or bring up the value not to put up security. So usually, what I do with security, right? That's one of the first things that I do. I set up Wi-Fi on the property. I set up Wi-Fi. There's a kit on Amazon where you buy a Wi-Fi camera. It costs like
Yeah,
$30,
you're talking about this before.
and you get a USB dongle from any
Mhm.
service provider that sells cell phones,
Mhm.
and then you hook it up to a little small tiny solar panel that you can also buy on Amazon, and boom, now you have 24/7 security.
Right.
Not only that, it brings up the property value. Just the fact that you have Wi-Fi on the fucking property, which is unheard of. Nobody does that. Absolutely nobody. I'm the only person that I've ever seen do that. And anytime I have a buyer that finds out in my listing on Craigslist that I have Wi-Fi on the property, they go ape shit. It just makes them want to buy it more.
Right. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that in the hangout, and I was just like, yeah, that is pretty cool. And it's also one of those cool things where you can actually show them the stream of the camera, right? So they can
Yeah,
kind of
where it saves you money at the same time. Yeah, you're paying for the service on a monthly basis, but it's not going to be no more than $35 a month. But
right.
it saves you time and money because you don't even have to take a buyer to your property. You just give them
Mhm.
the link and they can see it online.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to drive
So
out there or anything else. It makes it a
they'll
little
yeah
easier.
they'll appreciate it even more, and it just gets you closer to the sale.